Good morning, LBHT crew. Good morning, Road Nation. Yes, we are here. I know you guys got a little nervous. What's going on? Is there a show today? Is it Thursday? No, it's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. All right, let's start. That's my bad, but we are here. We are here. Who we got in here? We got Michael Aiken ready to go. So good morning, guys. Good morning to you. Corey Holiday. Good morning. Good morning. We got Bazel in the house. Eye
Ghost.
emojis. What's going on? What's going on? Tori's in the house. Says, "Hey fellas, stay warm out there. Let's go Ravens."
Let's go.
Yes, let's go indeed. Dr. Kush. Good morning. Good morning. We got Point in the house. Says, "Good morning." He said, "Good morning" on both channels. That's what I'm talking about.
Way to
That's what I'm
support.
talking
Appreciate
about. Yes. Yes. Just Owls in the house.
What's up?
Good morning. Big boy is here. Good morning, Big Bird.
What's up?
Big boy, Big Bird, Big boy. DDSQ. It is what it is. Good morning. OJ Stoical. Good morning. Flagship's in the house. What's going on, Flagship? See, Iron Addict. Salute. Salute. We got Devin. My thing froze.
Devin. What's up? Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. My
your picture froze.
My damn camera froze. Hold on a second.
It's just been one of them days.
It's it. Yeah. All right. I'll be back up in a second. Give me a second, guys.
All right.
Give me a second. I know exactly what to do here. Let me just change this out. There we go. We're back. We're back. Konnichiwa, Devin. And Unkind Ravens fan, good morning. Luke K, good morning.
Good.
And Rob, good morning. Boy Wonder, good morning. Good morning. Imani is here. What's going on, Imani? Saying good morning on both channels. Y'all,
Imani be on it.
About, man. They on it. They on it. JR, good morning. Slim's in the house. Good morning, Slim. Ty Riggs. Salute. Salute. Zeke Hokage. Salute. Yes. Mr. Black Ice.
What's up?
What else we got in here? Michael Hawthorne says, "Good morning, gentlemen. Let's get this day started. I have to go to the Falcons facility with all my Ravens gear on again."
I love it. I love it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Jose's still using Biz? Huh? Oh, still using his phone? No, it's not my phone. Smart guy.
Right.
All right.
Camden.
It's a little glitch. What happened? What's your excuse when your stuff messes up? Ferris. Coach, good morning. Good morning. Dragoon, good morning. Good morning. Tracy is here. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning. Jimmy G, salute. Salute. Let's see, look at this. Devin's in Japan. Look how slow he is with it, man.
This guy.
Yes. Like both streams. There you go. Appreciate that, Coach. Appreciate that. Another coach in here. Coach C. Salute.
Let's go.
Salute. All right. Okay. Well, where do we want to begin? Where do we want to begin? Well, I'll tell you what. You know what? It is one of those ones because I had this thing prepped and now I can't find it. But that's okay because I'm a little quick here. All right.
Have to overcome.
Facts. Listen, the combine week has started. No workouts have started. They don't start until what? Tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, I believe.
Tomorrow. But they're doing interviews. And with interviews, sometimes you get a couple of nuggets. All right. So here's what we know so far about the Ravens. See how fast I put that together? Boom. Wow. Everything we learned from today's presser, meaning yesterday's presser. Right. Marlon Humphrey is probably staying in Baltimore. Hey, that people want to see him go. I think he's not washed. I feel like what happened last year. I mean, everybody played bad. There's still something left in the tank. Gotta rework his deal, though. All right. Linderbaum was offered a quote unquote market setting contract.
Mm.
Okay.
This one got Ravens fans in arms.
You know, the highest paid senator is making what, 18 mil a year? What did he get
18
offered? 18.2.
Well, the rumor is the rumor he was offered 22. That's the rumor.
22.
Yeah.
Hey, okay. Well, okay. I'll say this. If he was offered 22, he wasn't disrespected. But
Right.
he might make more than that. Like, there's an agent that we used to we might still follow him. I forget his name. Joel something. He always talked about you know, you're a free agent, you're or like if you're about to hit free agency, you'd be a fool to re-sign with the team. You always
Right.
hit free agency and see
Like,
what what you can get. You can go back to the team, but don't don't rob yourself of opportunity to make more money.
right.
So the rumor's 22. Yeah, I don't think he's disrespected if he's offered 20. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If he's offered 20, um, or 22, he wasn't disrespected. If he was offered 18.20, right? You're playing in my face, right? Yeah, rumor from whom? That's the thing.
Yeah, the Twitterverse. It comes and it goes.
Yeah. I don't trust it.
Yeah.
I don't trust it.
There's one thing that we didn't consider in all of this. A lot of people think that, or most of us think that it may be about money. It could be about who he's playing next to. Like for the longevity of his career. We never thought about that. You know what I'm saying? He could be sitting back, wondering what the Ravens may be able to do in free agency with promises or guarantees they're going to give him about actually upgrading the guard position. Because as we looking at him now, a lot of people are so down on him about last season just from the aesthetics of everything. Like I said yesterday, the man gave up 2 sacks in 17 games, playing next to the 2 worst guards in the league. And he just might want more assurance that they're going to bolster this offensive line. It may not even just be about the money.
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. How are you gonna make me look out there? But listen, he's in a position where he's gonna have to sign first. That's the priority. They're gonna try to get him signed. And I mean, listen, they've already said, like, I mean, they're not gonna flat out say, listen, man, our guards suck. We gotta make things happen there. But they've said it in every other way, right? Like, we have to augment the guard position. That means we suck there.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna do our best to get better there. Itanya, what's going on? Says a while ago he said he wants to get paid. Yeah.
I mean, 22 million is kind of paid. It's really paid.
What's up, Wayne Wavy? If he turned down 22, he don't want to be here. That's not true. He wants to be here and get his money. Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. This is a business. Okay? This is a business. You may really like your job and you want to stay there, but you better be making your money. If another job comes and offers you a lot more money, you can say it's not all about the money, but that job better be compensating you properly.
All right.
All right.
That's facts. And I mean, like, even last year, we look at the draft last year with Shamar Stewart and the Bengals. It wasn't necessarily about the money. It was about the contract language. It's about how much money he was getting up front. How long it was going to take them to pay out the guarantees. Like, I've heard something about the
what's up, Ferris?
The problem might be the problem might be the sticking point is how much guaranteed money he's getting. It may not be the per year salary, because like you said, it's a business. And just because we see players sign 5-year, $130 million contracts, don't mean that they're going to see every penny of that $130 million. They will cut you if they don't feel that you're valuable enough. So I guess he may be trying to earn the most amount of money that he can in the shortest period of time, because he knows how the Ravens operate and they don't care about offense. So it could be a lot of things and not just about how much he's paid annually.
Also, the offsetting language in Shamar Stewart's contract, because Bengals wanted a stipulation where, like, if he did something that they didn't like, they void his contract. But I also heard a report the thing was like, if you got arrested or like you did something like a horrific crime or something like that.
Right.
So like in a sense, like if he does something horrific, yeah, void his contract. You know what I mean? Like if he killed somebody, sure. But that's what the report coming out of the Bengals office was. Shamar Stewart's people were like, that's not what they were talking about.
It was something that wasn't standard. Because Shamar Stewart kept on saying, like, all I'm asking for is a standard contract that every rookie gets. And they don't want to do it, right?
Yeah, they wanted to spread out the guarantees. They wanted to spread it out for several years. And he wanted it like most contracts by a certain date. And they were like, can we just give it to you over time? And he's like, no, it's not what they're doing around the league. So give me my money.
They wanted to fail safe.
What's going on, Harry?
Good morning.
Salute, Edmund. What's going on? SB Camp, good morning. What's Hippic? I don't know. Hippic son fire
Cajone Conjo.
Fire Conjo.
Listen, you done messed us all up this morning.
Big dog hippie. What's up?
Hippie, what up? Yeah.
If
it's up to me, I would trade Gleazy Humphreys. I hear y'all, man. I hear y'all. You want to get rid of Marlon Humphrey. But if Marlon Humphrey isn't here, then you're looking at, how they got to put cornerback higher on the priority list. Right?
It already is.
I mean, now they keep him.
Yeah, it is.
Now they keep him. I mean, yes, they probably want to bring in another corner, but that's not the highest thing on their priority list.
Right.
I feel like.
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Other news: Ravens are confident a deal with Lamar will be done. Yeah. Everybody, from what everybody's saying, it feels that way. It feels like they're not worried about it. They're making good progression in that direction. Yes, we would like to have it done right now, but they're on schedule to get it done. As long as they get it done in time to make the moves that they need to make, it's not a big deal. So they're comfortable with it. It feels like everything is working out. And this is, the worst of it all right here. Unlikely to see Roquan Smith restructure. Listen, man, we got to do something about that. He can't keep operating on that kind of money. Listen, Tyler Linderbaum's looking at it and saying he's making $20 million a year.
Yeah.
All right. I need to be clear over that $20 million. Okay. Right. I know we play two different positions, but I'm more important to him. And make no mistake, he is way more important than Roquan Smith.
Facts.
So when we talk about what he's worth and what he's not worth, he's worth more than Roquan to this team. All right.
And Roquan's cap hit is $32 million.
Oh my God.
$32 million. That's great. Yeah. How can you not want to restructure his deal? Like EDC came in his press conference and said a lot of things, and normally he doesn't give a glimpse into what the Ravens are doing, but he talked about a lot of stuff and even talked about maybe re-signing somebody. Maybe.
Who?
They're likely.
Oh, that's right.
He said that's not off the table. He said we re-signed Mark because he's got a lot left in the tank and he's going to prove everybody wrong. I thought last year was the redemption year from the Buffalo drop, but he still said that there's a possibility. He said there's still a possibility that the Ravens will sign, or he would love to re-sign Isaiah Likely. He just didn't. They just panicked. He essentially said they panicked, knowing that they didn't have any tight ends on the roster coming into 2026. But you didn't have to do that late last season.
Then nobody was rushing to sign Mark Andrews.
So be more gorilla, Yolanda.
Be more gorillas going on, since I think Minter will get this defense back up and running.
100%.
Yep. Yolanda, good morning. Good morning. OG Sean, I see you in here. Good morning, OG Sean. If we can create $90 million in cap space, we can get a wide receiver, edge, O-line, and cornerback help.
We don't need $90 million for that.
Nah. They've got to work the contracts properly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we can get everything that we need. Cornerback, we don't need to get cornerback. We got Nate Wiggins. We're keeping Marlon Humphrey. We got TJ Tampa. We got two corners that we drafted last year. Longer Beam and Kone.
Yeah.
Right.
Won't be ready for the beginning of the season.
No, that's true.
We had the undrafted free agent.
Do they bring back Cheeto? I don't know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we got cornerbacks. Like, do we want to add a little more to it? Yeah, but that's not. I don't put that high on the priority list. I don't.
I mean,
We'll see.
we don't put it high on the priority list, but
Yeah.
ever since 2015, bro, they overcompensate for that cornerback position every year. I mean, we draft corners, we go to free agency and get corners every single season.
Yeah.
So they put
Hey.
Oh my God, but your corners
Hey,
are
if
awful.
they want to hold on to the 5th round picks, that's where you go and get them. What'd you say, Ferris?
Dude, your corners suck.
I mean,
suck.
last season they did, and it may more have been with what the defensive coordinator was putting out there, but they don't.
Well,
Nate Wiggins doesn't suck.
Here's the thing. If your new head coach had a defense with cornerbacks and Dante Jackson, Cam Hart, and Tahib Still, they're a pretty damn good defense with the two linebackers in the middle being Deleon Henley and Denzel Perryman. I think, Nate Wiggins, Marlon Humphrey, and probably like a veteran corner, because I don't know if you're going to keep Awuzie. You probably sign another veteran corner with, like, I guess the shell of Roquan Smith. I think he could do something. I'd trust Jesse Minter to do something. You know what I mean?
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah. But you guys are lacking the edges where they had Khalil Mack and Tuli Tuipulotu. So that's the problem here. You guys don't have two of those guys.
Well, it's funny you say that because Khalil Mack is a free agent, and I predict he will end up on the Ravens.
I would definitely, if I was Jesse Minter, I'd definitely go after him.
First, who's Tuli?
That's his name, Tuli.
No, I know, but who is he?
He's an outside linebacker for them.
Right. How many sacks he have last year? Don't look it up. I'm just asking for a reason.
I don't
he had
know.
13. He had 13 and a half sacks last year.
He had 13 and a half
sacks last year.
Yes.
Right? But
13 even.
But 13. My question to you is, who is he? Right? But Jesse Minter got that out of him, correct?
I liked him when he was coming out of USC.
But I'm just saying. But I'm
drafted him in the second round. It's not like he's a bum.
Yes,
he got that out of him.
Jesse Minter got it out of him. We like a lot of players. Okay, we like a lot of players. We all liked Oweh until we didn't, right?
We did,
and we wanted him out of here. And Jesse Minter got him. How many sacks did he end up with? 8,
7 and a half. 7.5. And in the first playoff game, he had 3 in that one game. So my point being that we have guys that have talent, and Jesse Minter is going to get the best out of these guys. He took a dude over in Los Angeles. I think he was either undrafted or he was like a 5th or 6th round pick or whatever. Made that dude relevant in the NFL. He knows what he's doing defensively. So I trust him to take a defense that 2 seasons ago was number 1 in the 3 seasons ago was number 1 in the NFL to turn it around.
Thierry Tart. That's the guy.
That's the one that re-signed. That's the one that got re-signed.
That's the one that got
because
of Jose. Because of Jose.
Nose tackle.
Yes.
Because of Jose.
The guy who punched Travis Kelce.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I will look to move Roquan during the draft. As far as move him where?
Who wants him?
Who's gonna take that, Harry? I'm with you. I would look to listen. You know what? You're right. I would look too. I would look too.
All right.
Do your due diligence. You're right about that. As far as Humphrey, I think they don't want to touch his contract because he will be gone next year. Imagine he gets traded during the season. Or I imagine he gets traded during the season. I listen. I would restructure his deal. I think he'd definitely be open to restructuring. At this point in his career, he doesn't want to go anywhere, right? If he can do something to keep him on a team, he can still contribute. Like I said, like we put a lot on him because he got beat a few times. I personally don't think all those times were his fault, and I just think him being a professional. Not wanting to throw anybody under a bus, not leaking anything to the media. He just took those L's and said, hey, it is what it is, right? I think with a much better coaching staff, much better defensive coaching staff, you're not going to see those problems. For as the main places he gave up, he is also the guy that made the most plays on defense. So,
yeah. And as far as Roquan goes, Ravens fans, we tried to tell you years ago, teams don't prioritize inside linebackers. And when they sign up for 20 mil and everybody's like, oh God, we got to steal, we did this, we did that. No other team in the league is going to prioritize paying an aging $20 million per year inside linebacker with a $32 million cap hit. That'll be really hard to trade.
Yeah. Carmelo, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's just facts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes. Tanya says, I trust our coaches on defense. If we get a pass rusher, I'm more concerned about offensive line. Facts.
Absolutely.
Now that's where yesterday I kind of felt a little bit more pride in my head coach because he did an interview with Rich Eisen. And he essentially was like, we got to protect Lamar. We got to stop him from running so much. Like he can run, but we're not trying to get him banged up. We need him to stay in the pocket. And if the play goes off script, so be it. We're not going to do these. This man actually started the conversation of saying, we're going to run Derrick Henry to death. Like we're going to run that man into the ground like you're supposed to do with your running back, not your quarterback. And he wants Lamar to be protected. So I have a much more profound respect for him because he realizes what this franchise is about. It's about Lamar Jackson. It's not about the defense. It's not about Kyle Hamilton. It's about Lamar Jackson and his health going forward. If we really want to win a Super Bowl. And Trent Williams, if you're available, let's get him. I'll take him. I will take him.
And this is what you're talking about right here. Jesse Minter said the Ravens have some good pieces in the trenches, but they're always looking to fortify their depth up front. He pointed out the recent Super Bowl winners and said it's an O-line and D-line driven league.
Right. Yeah.
Facts.
Oh, yeah. Facts. Yeah. Now, if he was Fred Warner, that's a whole nother story.
If you find a freak,
it's a whole nother story.
It's a whole different story.
Yeah.
If let's say in the draft, you draft Luke Kuechly, Fred Warner, Ray Lewis, then understandable. But the problem is, there isn't those guys every time. That's not happening. This year, maybe the two Ohio State kids, but I don't know.
Well, look, the problem is I don't trust EDC to identify that person in the draft, right? Because every time we draft somebody, we swear they're going to be that person, right? We hype them up like they're going to be that person, and we immediately forget about them. Right, Oweh was supposed to be that person. Hey, remember, he ran a 4.340.
Ooh,
I don't even think you guys even remember why we liked Oweh.
Because it didn't translate to the field.
He ran a 4.340.
Athletic freak we can mold.
Yes, that's why you liked them. You know, Malachi Starks was supposed to unlock Kyle Hamilton last year, right? Supposed to be a no-fly zone last year. You know, Mike Green, a top 10 talent that landed in our lap in the second round. That's the edge rusher that you were looking for.
Right,
he's still here, but I still believe in Mike Green.
Yeah,
but he didn't do enough in that first year for y'all to be like, no, we're good there. Y'all gotta do more than that.
They hated Mike Green.
Don't do that on offense. Huh?
They hated Mike Green. Man. They hated Mike Green, bro. Like they came after the kid. And you forgot David Ojabo, 10 sacks at Michigan, but he wasn't playing.
Now that's who they hate. They hate David Ojabo.
But he wasn't playing opposite Aiden Hutchinson. Adisa Isaac, they loved him. TJ Tampa, steal of the draft. Like it's so many guys. Like to your point, at the time when he drafted him, oh, this is an A+ draft. This is an A+ draft. Oh my God, EDC did it again. And like you said, a few seasons later, we're looking to replace them with somebody else. Make that make sense. If your general manager is getting A and A+ drafts each and every year, why do we go into each and every season looking for the exact same positions?
Yeah. Also, it's not even David Ojabo with Aiden Hutchinson. He was also playing with Chris Jenkins. He was playing with a sophomore Mason Graham, and he was also playing with the kid that got drafted from in Miami last year when he was a freshman. So it wasn't, it's not like people were like, he had a bunch of one-on-ones every year, and 9 times out of 10, the right tackle you're against in college, man, he's a future car salesman. So
it's possible. Yeah. It's possible Ojabo could be better than what he showed.
The Achilles injury didn't help in the draft process.
The injury hurt, so he didn't really get to play. By the time he's really fully 100%. we have a different defensive coordinator at that point, right? And nobody looked good under Zach Orr, right? Like nobody. So, but all these things. This is exactly why we're saying like you can't just put that much focus on defense. We spent a lot of money on defense already. We've drafted a lot already on defense, and we don't know what we have, right? But we have a defensive head coach, a really good defensive coordinator. They're on the same page. They know which players they need to unlock. They know who to bring in. That's where you go right player, right price. We don't need to overspend on a position. You know who to identify that can come in there and contribute to the defense to make it look the way you want to. Offense is where you got to really put in the work because that has been neglected for way too long. Right. And like I said, like Coach Minter was saying the right things. Offensive and defensive line, build the trenches, and I think they're going to make that happen.
I hope
and it
so.
starts with Linderbaum. Now I know it said in that tweet that the Linderbaum deal, he was offered market setting contract or whatever. Like you know how they do over they do in these negotiations. It's always they're going to leave something out. Oh, like we didn't disrespect them. We put money out there, and then there'll be another report saying, yeah, they didn't offer him anything, and like that's just how it goes, right? But this other tweet says they feel good about it. They say they said this is from Jordan Schultz, the Ravens, and this is from yesterday. Ravens remain hopeful they can get a deal done with Tyler Linderbaum before he reaches the open market, just like they did last year with left tackle Ronnie Stanley, per sources. Linderbaum is generating a ton of buzz from teams I've spoken to. That cut off there. If he reaches the market, the expectation is he could land a deal north of $22 million per year. There you go. One executive told me the center is the extension of the coach for most of the teams, and he's 25, a 3-time Pro Bowler, and just getting started in his career. So, yeah, maybe they did offer him $22 million, and he was like, "I need more than that."
Right.
A lot of times, nowadays, people. This is why they talk about the intellectual part of QBs is decreasing. Is now a lot of times protections and point outs are through center. Now, it more often now than back then. Back then there was, but back then the quarterback said, "Who's the hot? Where are we going? We're shifting protections." But now it's really shifted to the center, directing the offensive line. So centers are like, "I'm doing more work now."
Yeah.
This ain't 2005. You know what I mean? Where we got Omaha in the back or Brady or whoever changing it. It's like, I'm doing it. Now it's my job to set protections. I want more money because I got more responsibility.
Yeah, and it's weird to me, but Eric DaCosta, because he started the press conference off talking about, me and Lamar like to keep things on the wrap and negotiate behind closed doors and not give out any details. But then you say you gave Linderbaum a record-setting deal. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're doing that to save face because you know that you blew it. You knew that the first chance he came up for an extension, you should have just extended him. We wouldn't be in this situation if you took certain players on offense instead of waiting and giving him the money before. We wouldn't be in this situation. You wouldn't be paying him north of $20 million. He would have a regular market deal, but you want to wait on certain people to see what they do. We about to run the same thing with Zay Flowers. You ain't gonna be able to hit that 5th-year option or franchise tag him because it's going to be too much money. So just like next offseason, we need to get certain things done now. Don't try to throw out a preemptive strike like, we offered him a lot of money. No, bro, you effed up. Plain and simple.
There's no reason. Like, that's the contract you need to work on instead of Mark Andrews, right? Zay Flowers is the contract you need to work on instead of Rashad Bateman's. Like, there's no reason these deals couldn't be done already. If they really want to put in some work and get it done sooner, those are the contracts that you work on. Right. But they always want to go cheap. They're always, looking for those little cheap deals. And that's why we're always looking at a cap and saying, well, where's our money? We keep spending it on those little cheap deals.
Also, too,
Flagship, what's going on?
Oh,
no, go ahead.
I was about to say something.
Come on, man.
Flagship says, Jose, thoughts on maybe signing Martin Emerson or Greg Newsome as vet depths? Yeah. Yeah. I feel like this. I think they feel strong about they feel strong about Emory Jones, right? I heard
Isn't
EDC
Greg
talk about
Newsome
that.
a corner?
They're both corners. They're both corners from
I'm
Cleveland.
sorry.
Well, one
I'm
got
sorry.
traded.
Yeah.
One got traded, I believe, but they're both corners from Cleveland.
Okay.
Man, Cleveland about to get poached. Like
the whole
why Teller's he already said bye.
Yeah, the center.
Yeah.
Ethan Pochich is gone.
He's gone.
Joe Antonio.
But yes, but a veteran cornerback.
One of the guards the Giants are looking at.
Yeah, they're going to bring in a cornerback for depth, and this is where I gotta look at the Chargers list again. If there's any corners that are free agents, I would expect one that that's not going to cost too much to come over here.
I got you, fam.
I think they're all young. They're all younger players. So
yeah, but
Tariq still, by the way, went to the University of Maryland.
Well, we don't like those guys.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, and thank you, Fletcher. Yeah, they're both corners to replace. Marlon's not going anywhere. If you want to believe the report out there that Marlon's not going anywhere. Cheeto may not go anywhere either. It depends on what kind of deal he's looking for. They might just bring him back.
Please do.
So the two corners out of the Chargers, unfortunately, are none of their starters. It's Benjamin St. Juste and
St. Juste.
DeAndre Leonard. Those are the two guys that are.
I don't want no trash. I don't want no trash from DC.
So that's it. So here are the main like we're talking about the Chargers right here are the main Chargers free agents. Odafe Owe, funny enough. Could there be a reunion in the future? Khalil Mack, the guy we just said, Zion Johnson, one of their guards, Trevor Penny, the guy they traded for.
Nope.
Keenan Allen, it's right up the Ravens alley, old wide receiver. So
hush him out.
You know what I mean? They got Trey Pipkins, their backup right tackle. Tony Jefferson.
Nope, we don't need a reunion with that either.
Okay, Deshaun Hand, and then Denzel Perryman is also a free agent. And then Jamari Sailor, their backup guard.
Give us Owe, give us Mag, give us Johnson. Call it day.
Yeah. Imani says EDC calling Carson Cordell. Like, how do you know your own player's name?
How do you not know your player's name?
He called him Cordell Vincent.
Cordell Vincent.
I'll say it. So sometimes you just
you get old, things slip your mind.
Yeah. I think Marlon will make a deal with the Ravens because no one else wants him.
The Giants.
And also, I think he's just at a point of his career. Sometimes you get players that just don't want corners. Sometimes, like that's how Jimmy Smith was at the end of his career. He's like, I don't want to. My kids growing up here. I'm not trying to, switch up now. I'm only gonna play a couple more years and call it a career. Just make me a fair deal, and I'll do that.
He like Jesse Minter. He said his 9-year-old daughter is going to her 4th school. Like a lot of them don't want to do that. They're settled and they're just like, I want one spot. I'm good here. It may not be the most money, but I made enough money throughout my career that I'm okay. I don't have to play for the most amount of money. Plus, I love this team. And the locker room plays a pivotal role in where players want to go and where they want to stay at. So he may want to stay, but not at 26 million.
And if you're married and your wife likes the area, she likes the camaraderie. She just built there. If you're not getting like a raise, like an absorbent amount, like a raise from another team, you're probably not going to leave. Sean McDermott literally told everyone, teams called me. They wanted me to be their head coach. And I believe that. But he's like, but my daughter is 2 years away from graduating high school.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I think he said her senior year is coming up. And I can't move again.
Right.
I'm going to let her finish out her high school in Buffalo. Then we'll talk to the people next year, which makes sense.
Yeah, and he's got it in well with the organization. He strikes me as somebody that when his career is done, he could actually end up working for the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, Bashadi loves him.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, it wouldn't surprise me. Just like CoCap, it wouldn't surprise me if he comes back to be a coach or even like front office or something like that. Like I can see him just hanging around because he's like, hey, I'm gonna play here, and then once I'm done, I'll go right into coaching or front office or whatever. You know.
Wait, who are we talking about again?
Oh, Lord.
Okay, got you. Sorry. Sorry.
All right. Listen. There's 200 people watching. Hit that like button. If you're new in here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'll go a little bit longer. Then I gotta get up out of here. I know we started late, so we're gonna go a little bit longer. But this is the main topic. This is what I put in the title. Okay, this news that's got fans heated. Okay, this news from the NFL. In week 14, Ravens Steelers game, Aaron Rodgers threw a pass that was batted back to him, and Ravens linebacker Teddy Buchanan wrestled it away. Replay ruled it a Rodgers catch. The NFL now, as of 24th of February 2026, says the call on the field of interception should have stood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Listen, that makes 3 calls now that they've admitted. And they also said something about Likely's catch.
About the touchdown.
Was a touchdown. And then of course they admitted right after the game that the penalty they called on was it Travis Jones on the kick. I think I forgot what it was, a block kick. They shouldn't have called that penalty. So 3 major calls that could have changed the outcome of that game. They got wrong. Right. And look, it is what it is. I mean, all these things contributed to a change of regime here. But damn, I'm gonna find that quote from Kyle Van Noy. Kyle Van Noy went off about that, and Kyle Van Noy is a pretty chill person,
right?
And he was just like, "Bro, 3 bad calls,
right?
3, like, all right, man, we get things wrong, but 3." Like that's tough to swallow. Mm-hmm. That's tough to swallow right there. No, go ahead.
And the Ravens fans are upset about it, but they're more upset about why are you reviewing it now? Why are you talking about it right now? Like you just rubbing salt in the wound. Like even if you felt that way, let it go. We are well past that. We know that we got cheated out of that game. So why are you talking about it now? And it's like the NFL is saying, we do what we want to do. We call the games how we want and advance the teams how we feel. But for us as Ravens fans, how do we feel about that? If we win that game, we're in the playoffs. Would you rather have made the playoffs? I mean, we could have possibly made a run and been up there against Mike McDonald, but we got a new regime. We have a new future. We have hope. Like Ravens fans are coming out in droves to watch this content because we have a new light at the end of the tunnel. So would you have rather have won that game and been in a situation where John may be here this upcoming season? Or would you rather what happened and we're going forward with something that's going to be foundational for this organization?
Yep. This is the tweet from Kyle Van Noy. Have we ever seen the NFL come out months after a game been played, a couple weeks after the entire NFL season finished, and admitted that they didn't get one huge critical call in the biggest NFL rivalry game, but they got 2 crucial calls in the same game wrong? So the total was 3 horrible calls in one game. That's insane. 1, interception on Rodgers. 2, likely touchdown. And 3, Travis Jones 15-yarder on the field goal. They came out with this on Tuesday after the game, said they got it wrong. Wow. Accountability, kind of, sort of, not really, but something kind of. We need some sort of action now because this cannot happen at the highest level. I understand 1, but 3?
Yep.
Hey man, you know what? When it's that Monday night game.
Thanks, Harry.
Y'all remember that Monday night game? The Fail Mary?
Fail Mary. Yeah.
That's when it all went to hell. Because they saw that and the refs knew we got the NFL by the derriere. They're screwed for life. Because what they just said. Remember the following week when they came back and how everyone was like, the refs are back, Gene Steratore is back, Ed Hockley's back. They knew they've escaped accountability for the rest of their lives. But if we're getting this, why not just go back to replacement refs? What's the point?
I say the NFL can absolutely do better with the rest, but I'm gonna tell y'all, I say this about coaches in front office. It's the same thing with the refs. Most of them aren't professional level. The only people that have to be at a professional level are the players themselves. Everybody else, you get you get a mixed bag. Sometimes you get somebody that's good, sometimes you don't. But it's not a criteria for their position.
Thanks. Hey, Coach Mentor, this is my son John. He just graduated high school. Think he can get a job here? Sure, it's a family atmosphere, but a lot of other professions, they don't do that. But for me, I think it's still a question of them hiring full-time refs. And these refs are going to continue doing what they're doing until you hire year-round referees. You are a multi-billion-dollar business. And you're telling me you can't pay referees full-time? You can't have them study the game, and you think that you're fooling us by bringing out technology. Like technology and the automated fourth down and automated first down lines. Like you can't tell when a play is in a pile where the player's knee went down. You can tell where the ball's at, but you can't tell where his knee went down. So you can't use technology as an excuse. You need to start paying these guys full time to get this right, because us as fans, the organizations, we want this to be the top sport. We need the top professionals to manage this sport and get it right. That's 3 calls in one game. And if we'd have had better coaching, that could have cost us a Super Bowl. So yeah, it's egregious, and they need to make some kind of changes.
Well, here's the thing, Just Allo said the refs got the calls right in the Steelers game, right? He said that, right? New York tells you to review it. Oh, go back and review this. You can go on the headset as the main ref, the head ref, and say, I disagree, my call stands. And then you can walk away. You have that power as the ref, say, I made the call standing, or the call is confirmed. That's why it's confirmed and stands. You don't gotta listen.
Sometimes New York does overrule the call.
Well, but guess what? The people in New York, they need to do a better job too, right? Like
all of them.
They're also not doing a good job. Hey, we got a super chat from Grumpy Ravens Kings fan. What's going on? Hey, good morning. Says, fun fact: Hendo hates running backs playing special teams. Talking about Rasheen Ali.
False.
Is the trigger word.
False. I love Keith Mitchell on special teams.
Terrell Davis was on special teams and he became a Hall of Famer.
Facts.
Allegedly.
That man almost quit.
Shannon Sharp too.
Yeah.
But he wasn't running back, but yeah.
No.
Yeah. The owner needs a whole press conference to put pressure on him. Listen, no, this is by design, because what you're seeing
owners
right
don't want
now,
to pay full-time refs.
What you're seeing right now is the greed of the NFL. They're making billions of dollars. They could easily fix this problem.
Yep.
They could easily fix the problem. They can pay the full-time refs. It costs them nothing. It's a drop in the bucket. They just don't want to. Right? Again, Steve Bisciotti was the one that's like, oh yeah, I told John just take the year off. I don't mind paying the $17 million. Right?
Right.
Like, they don't care about spending money, but they care about spending money on workers. Right? You're an employee. Oh no, you got to earn it.
Hey, first,
you're in the club.
Who was the one that said can't have the inmates running the asylum?
Carl McNair, the Houston Texans owner.
Yeah.
Funny enough about him, no one knew anything about Deshaun Watson's criminal escapades, but the day he told them, I no longer want to play with you,
all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Just saying. I'm not saying Deshaun didn't do it. I'm just saying somebody helped him hide it. And come on, the owner, you tell, I no longer want to play with you. And then
Jay
a
said
week
he
later,
can help out. Jay said he can help out. Says, so I can dust off my Foot Locker uniform and probably do better. Hey,
do it,
man. Do it.
Yeah, he had a migraine, Just Allo. They didn't make him. He decided to tough it out for the team.
Well, he didn't. I mean, technically, he didn't tough it out. It was one play.
Yeah,
it was a goal line play, and they faked it to him, and John Elway got the touchdown, and he got his medicine, and everything cleared up. He did tough it out. Let me not.
For one, the migraine. Have you ever had migraine?
Yeah, I had
talking about again first.
Yeah.
Who are we talking about? I don't know.
5 minutes into the conversation. Who?
All right, we're gonna finish up here soon, but I asked this question yesterday. Do you remember when I asked this question? Well, somebody asked a question. Who do we like if not Tyler in the bomb? Is there somebody that we like out there? And I said yes. But the question is, who do y'all like? You tell me. I didn't. I mean, somebody might put some answers in there. I didn't see many answers.
I see nobody.
In the chat.
I saw nobody.
But
in the
finally,
comments.
we got an answer. Finally, somebody said, "Wait, I figured it out." Bucko Beasy says, "Give me McGovern at guard." Wait. Which McGovern? I thought you were talking about Connor McGovern. Connor McGovern's a center, right?
He's a guard as well.
Yeah,
he played guard. So there's two Connor McGoverns. There's two Connor McGoverns. They both played guard. This Connor McGovern also played center for Buffalo.
Well, you don't have the answer right either. Okay, give me McGovern at guard. Rutledge from Georgia Tech and compete with Emory. Bucko Beasy, I like that. I was thinking Connor McGovern. I was thinking Connor McGovern at center, right?
Joey.
If we don't get Tyler in the bomb, Connor McGovern, I don't think is as good as Tyler in the bomb, but he's solid. And we don't have to have, if we get a solid center and we fix the guard positions. The guard positions are good, tackles are good. The unit as a whole will play well. Like that's the overall goal, is to make sure the offensive line unit plays well. So we don't have to have Tyler Linderbaum for that. So when people say he's not worth it, okay, fine. But what is your vision for the line, right? But it isn't just pick up whoever. Like, what's your vision for the line? I like that though, Bucko Beasy. They did say Emory Jones is somebody. EDC said that Emory Jones is somebody that they like a lot. I think they believe he's going to win that starting job. But again, he's got to win the starting job. He can't be given the starting job.
Facts. Off a few snaps that we saw last season that looked better than what we already had. And that's cool. But if he wins the job, he wins the job. I ain't mad at that. You have to bring in competition. You can't let Voorhees for a third season go into the year being a starter just because you think he's going to do better. You have to bring that protection. If you move on for Tyler Linderbaum, like you said, you have to upgrade the guard positions even more, because now we have a continuity issue. We have an issue of maybe possibly alienating Lamar Jackson. What does Lamar want? Lamar's comfortable with Tyler. He may like him and want him back to be his center. We don't know a lot of the inner workings of what's going on. So if Lamar says, hey, if you want me to resign, if you want me to extend, part of that is bringing back Linderbaum. Then that's what you got to do at all costs. You got to keep your quarterback healthy, because when you want to keep your safety healthy, you went out and got another first-round safety. You went out and got two free agent safeties, then you're trading for another one, and you brought back one that was injured. So if you can do all of these things for your safety, you better give your quarterback what he needs to be successful.
My bad, JR. JR did say McGovern and Cade Mays. Yes, you did. I don't agree with the Cade Mays one. Grumpy Ravens Kings fan, another super chat. Appreciate that. Says Hendo, I know you didn't call me a Seminoles fan. This Canes country. Okay, that's right. Don't disrespect the Canes. Hendo, he a little salty over there. He a little salty.
I ain't salty, bro. Did y'all win a national championship?
Let's see. There you go. There goes the salt. There goes the salt right there.
Hey, man, listen. Y'all are finally back. I like that, and we need to get back. I loved it when I loved the 80s and 90s rivalry when both teams were fighting for a national championship. That's when college football is really good. All that SEC stuff, cool. But when the Canes and the Noles go at it, it's a great thing. And I hate it over the last decade or so, seeing both teams up and down and not having that rivalry. Me and my brother, we used to argue all the time over this, and we really have nothing to say because we both suck.
You guys are wasting time. Yeah, there you go. Look. Hey, you guys are wasting time.
Look at that racist
time.
Thing you're doing right there.
Go ahead and do the inevitable and sign Deion Sanders as your head coach. Okay, that's happening. Deion Sanders is going to be the next head coach of the Seminoles. All right,
make it happen.
Yeah. All right, a couple more and we're getting out of here. Harry says, if we got two guards, I wouldn't mind a rookie center. How do y'all feel about that?
I would mind.
Yeah, like which center though? Don't say a rookie center. Like, I don't know. Like, I haven't really looked at there might be one that is really good in the draft. But that's risky though, right? That's risky because they got to get up to speed in the year where we're trying to win.
Right.
It may not be the worst thing in the world, though, Harry. Like, if we got two really good guards, and our tackles come back healthy and strong, if we got a good young center that needs a couple games to get up to speed, that's not the worst thing in the world.
It's not, but you have to look at it through our general manager's eyes. We ain't picking them at 14. We ain't picking them we ain't picking them at 30. What is it, 35 or whatever it is? We ain't taking them in the second round. We may take them at 80. You know what I'm saying? Now,
if we took that second,
right. Yeah. But we not, because if we don't take that center first round, he may go guard, or he's probably gonna go defense. So second round, you have to go guard. Then maybe third or fourth round, you go with this center. Now we got a third, fourth round center starting his first NFL games. You know what I mean? And the schedule's not as hard as it was last season. So he may have time to get acclimated. For myself, being that we're in the Super Bowl window, we've tried the young guys. It's been the wrong ones, but we've tried the young guys and it hasn't worked for us. EDC has shown us throughout time he cannot pick offensive line talent. He's got a couple good solid hits, but he's shown me he's not good at picking offensive linemen. And I don't think past the second round, him bringing in the center, I wouldn't want it. But if we can find that dude, that's 4 more years of continuity.
The two top centers are Connor Lew out of Auburn.
Connor Lew, I have heard of him.
And Logan Jones, center out of Iowa. So.
Of course.
Wayne Mike says Terps got a stud at QB. We might be
Malik
back.
Washington.
Back where?
Malik Washington. Yeah, well, you that's true. You guys were never here.
Right.
I mean, we were back in 1952. I mean, Hendo might have seen it, but not
us. I'm sorry, Jose. It was 1953, sir. Get it right.
Hendo was a grown man watching that Frank Reich comeback.
What's the name? Malik Washington. I think the QB.
Malik Washington.
Yeah, he's pretty dope. He's pretty dope.
But you guys kept made sure to keep the kid from St. Francis Academy from leaving. What's his name? Zion Ely.
Ely.
Yeah, Zion Ely. Yeah. You guys took about I think 7 kids from that academy.
We should.
Yeah. Now if we could just coach them, that'd be great.
That's
amazing. And as far as Wyatt Teller goes, get him.
Oh yeah. JR says, how you feel about Wyatt Teller?
Get him.
There's a lot of options for
guards. Guards go on the open market a lot because people think they're replaceable and you can just replace them in the draft and you don't want to pay them top dollar and just we'll just replace them. And so you can get some good veterans on it. Kevin Zeiler was pretty good for you guys.
And we let him go for $4 million.
Yeah. So you guys can hey man, I keep bringing this up. Chicago Bears fixed their offensive line in one offseason.
First, then you're talking about a general man. You're talking about Calvin Pace that cares about his quarterback.
No, Ryan Poles.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan Poles. Ryan Poles, who cares about his quarterback. EDC don't care about his quarterback.
It's okay. That's a valid concern.
Well, he does right now because
he want him to do something.
He's got him by the balls, right?
But also thank you, Ty Riggs. Dwayne Lefford ain't just gonna sit there and be like, yeah, give me crap.
Facts.
This is a good point. Maybe the new O-line coach helps bring in the talent. Yeah.
And he can have him scout the talent.
Yeah.
But I think this coaching staff, like I said yesterday, they're all on the same page, right? Mm-hmm. They're looking at these players and they're letting EDC know this is the guy that's going to work in our system. Trust us. And they're going to be much more complimentary to EDC than John Harbaugh was. You got a coach that my mom used to say you can't be wrong and strong, right? That's John Harbaugh.
Well, you've never met me.
You've never met Sir Bum Scoop.
That's John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh, I'm telling you, I know this kid Falele. I've known him since he was 16 years old. Get him. Right? So he's trusting that. I think you could trust these guys a lot more.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Dwayne Ledford right here, man. It was Atlanta. He was in college before Atlanta. He was at Louisville and North Carolina State, and then Atlanta from 22 to 2025. From O-line coach to run game coordinator as a promotion. Atlanta has a pretty good offensive line, man. Look at the way they opened up the holes, and Bijan Robinson. I know Bijan Robinson's great, but he had a lot of grass to operate with. I mean, that offensive line, it's scheme dependent. Like, this is the only part of the NFL where you don't have to have all the best players at every position. You just have to have the right players for your scheme, right? Like, imagine like the Niners literally, it's about their scheme. They got Jake Brindle and like random guards who you don't know. You only know Trent Williams. That's all you know. Right. Because Bobby Turner and Kyle Shanahan are like, get guards that fit our scheme and we're good.
That's the thing. Right now, we don't know our scheme.
That's true. I was just about to say that we're going to end with this. Fletcher says Dunker isn't athletic enough to run outside zone. At least on tape, he looks slow, but we will see this weekend. Yes, the combine will reveal a lot. There are some things that you need to be looking at when it comes to the combine, especially for linemen, and that's that 3-cone drill. Those shuttle drills.
Yes. Don't look at the 40s. 40s don't matter.
We're going to look at the 40s,
of course.
But that's the NFL BBL, right? That's the NFL BBL. We're gonna look, but there's not substance there. Look at the shuttle times, okay? And also like Hendo just said, man, like, what is our scheme? So like we keep looking at this team through the lens of a hardball run team. They're not there anymore. We don't know what the scheme's going to be for this team yet.
Right. Because we can guess. We can guess from Ben Johnson that he may take some aspects of what he ran, but we don't know what Declan's going to do. And speaking of Declan, I ain't trying to start no trouble. And speaking of Declan, EDC came out and was like, "Hey, yo, we got a 2-time MVP. He here, voluntary? He not. Apparently, he knows how to get ready for a season." Shot fires.
And also,
he said, "I love you, young man. Watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth. Right. Start of grown folk business."
Declan messed up. Damn.
All right, nah, he ain't messed up. All right, we getting out of here. We're in a little over. Started late. So give you a little extra. Flex Zone, what's going on? Yes, NFL BBL sound wild. Yes.
Yes. It's all for the looks, brother. It's all for the looks.
Yeah. All right, we getting out of here, man.
Thursday for the drills.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Tomorrow.
D-line and linebackers.
Oh, and we got another super chat.
You know what they
appreciate that. It says eventually get some run it players. Yes. Thanks. Yes, appreciate that super chat. Thank you. Queen, what's going on? Says I saw Lamar is practicing in Florida like he always does. Yeah, he was practicing with Tutu Atwell.
Yep.
Because
Louisville connection.
Because Rashad Bateman does never want to show up.
Yeah, forget him. Forget him. I mean, I see more complaining than anything.
Sunday,
what's up, True Libra?
March 1st, 1 p.m. Eastern. That's when the O line starts their drills.
There you go.
So that's for you.
Listen, Cayenne. Your man's he kind of danced around that subject a little bit when he was talking about best player available, and he was like, because if the best player available is a safety, we might not take him. Might not. What you mean? You mean no?
He said probably not. He said we probably won't go safety this year.
Probably. But he still talks about best player available.
Well, that's because it's always like gamesmanship. Like they gotta keep things close to the vest. We can't give away what we're gonna do. So they can't 100% say, well, we're not gonna go safety. They always have to throw a little bit. Well, maybe we do go safety. I don't know, right? Like, all right.
I told you yesterday. I want to see that scenario. I want the Ravens on the clock, and Caleb Downs is still available. I want to see what this general manager is gonna do.
Yeah,
I want to.
Here's what we do.
If Caleb ain't off at 5, he's falling.
Here's what we do know. Without a doubt, somebody's going to land at the Ravens pick that they could not believe landed there, and they're just going to be like, "Oh, we got lucky again. We were lucky enough for this person to fall in our lap." We know that's going to happen, right? It happens to every GM, every team. It happens to.
I think I know who's going to be.
Who first?
It's going to be one of the Ohio State linebackers.
At 14?
One of them at 14 is going to be like,
we get a linebacker at 14. We better have made some major splashes in free agency. Major splashes, some trades, some major ones to where I'm like, all right, man, you did enough. Do what you got to do.
I think Tyson drops due to injury history.
All right, we got to get out of here. Listen, y'all. Have a great day. Come back here 7:45 p.m. Eastern time for the LBHT show. Also, if you want to hang out even later for our overtime show, patreon.com/LBHT show. That's where you can find the overtime show. You want more content for Hendo, patreon.com/ROUG. You want more content first, go subscribe to Good Friends, Better Rivals. That's where you can find Ferris. And his Patreon is
patreon.com/LGR_network.
There it is. All right. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you later.
We offer annual subscriptions.
Only give them 30% today.